What's up, guys? Happy Monday. You made it. You made it to Monday Night Football. It's a big ass water bottle. Today's been a long ass day. I've been decided to stay home from work today. Well, technically we can because we're teachers. But I literally graded papers for about 4 hours. It's just a freaking headache, I'll tell you. But you know, we can do what we can do. Seems like some schools are going back. Sounds like where I live, I just don't see it happening. But supposedly into January is where we're guessing. But by the looks of COVID and how this shit is still like getting worse almost, I guess, right? I think people are just acting like it's gone away. But wow, my hat looks looking crooked. I can't figure out what I want to do. There you go. Can't figure out what I want to do with this hat. Okay. But I don't know. Anyways, it needs to keep our minds preoccupied so we have to deal with the thoughts of COVID and just what the fuck is going on in this world. We have sports. Thank God we have sports. Sports is here. Lakers won last night. Who really fucking cares? I don't fucking care. My A's lost. Not surprising. We have no pitching. It's just weird. It's just weird how every year the A's keep going forward and they keep winning these games. They look so good during the season, and then they get to the playoffs and Bob Melvin forgets how to coach. And I don't fucking know. Yesterday, pretty good football day, I think. I was like one away from winning a fuck ton of money. I played Schultz from Dallas, and he didn't do shit. I think it was like a catch. I think it got me like 1.50 on DK. Whatever. But anyways, Raiders won. Beat the Chiefs. Shout out to those Raiders, man. Don't be sleeping on my squad. I'm sleeping on them. Anyways, let's talk some fucking football. Let's dig into today. I really like this game. I feel like I got a good edge. Like I really like. You ever just go into like building your lineups and you're like, shit, I already know what I'm gonna do. Right? Before you even look at anything really, you kind of just know, like, I know how this game's going to rock. I know how I'm going to build my shit. And I know how I'm going to win tonight. So let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. So let's talk about, well, first of all, tonight's game, we have the Saints -7. The total is at 50. I'm with that. Normally, I'm, like, against Vegas because sometimes I think bettors are really trying to fuck us. But I'm with this total. I really am with it. So let's talk about it. So overall, before we get started, let's talk about the Saints. Talk about the injuries. Deontay Harris is out for the Saints. He's out. He's hurt. That opens up a little bit of breathing room for a couple of dart throws. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Another one, Michael Thomas will not play. He called Malcolm Jenkins a bitch and punched him in the mouth. In all actuality, Michael Jenkins most likely deserve to get stopped, right? I mean, how many players actually like this man? I know he says something really petty, like, oh, you're just a slant wide receiver. Who fucking cares, Michael? Like, you're one of the best wide receivers in the game. You don't need to worry about Jenkins says he's going to be cut after this year. He's going to probably struggle to find a job next year. I mean, just shut up, bro. Shut up. But now, he's out. Michael Thomas will not play. Obviously, they had to do something, so maybe Michael Thomas was the instigator. I don't know. I'm a little butthurt. He's on my fantasy teams, but it is what it is. But anyways, those are the two main guys out. Okay? All right. Now let's get going. Saints. Let's talk about Alvin Kamara. 12K. He has the highest floor and highest ceiling in this game, and you didn't need me to tell you that. Chargers are 13th in run DVOA, and they're giving up back-to-back solid games to running back. Ronald Jones had 21.80, and Mike Davis had 23.10 DK points scored. See where I'm going? And the last 3 games, Kamara has 6 red zone targets. Hands down, Kamara honestly should be like 100% play. Like, I wouldn't even think twice about it. Put him in a captain spot. Put him in your flex spot. You don't need me to tell you that. When there's no Michael Thomas on the field, you play Kamara. You play Kamara. Understand that. Drew Brees is old. Weenie arm Drew Brees, right? He's not going to be throwing deep fucking passes all game. He's going to be looking for Kamara on those little dump passes. He's going to be looking Kamara for the carries. I highly would think that Kamara is going to get 18 to 20 carries today. Without a doubt. He's 12,000. That's great. I want him. I want a lot of them. I want him in all my lineups. I'm just going to lock him in. You can make the choice if you want him in captain in some. You can make the choice if you want him in flex in some. That's probably what I'm going to do. But Kamara is a no-brainer. Don't fucking fake Kamara. And don't just think, oh, well, an injury could happen. Well, an injury could happen to anybody. Don't fake Kamara. Don't do it. Because he's going to be 80% owned, and if you don't play him, you're stupid. Right? Okay. The next one I want to talk about, Latavius Murray. He's important today. Latavius Murray. Obviously, we have this game. Vegas thinks this game is going to be in the Chargers' favor the whole game, right? Chargers are at home, so I'm totally with that. Remember, we like playing, not the Chargers, I'm sorry, the Saints. Saints are at home. They are favorites. And we like playing the Saints when they're in New Orleans. That's what we like to do. That's Drew Brees is like, it's his house, right? So I'm pretty sure that the Saints, if I was a betting man, I would definitely take Saints no matter what. Why this is important? Because Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray is 4,800. He's purely in play if you believe Saints will be leading most of this game. I do. The only downside at his price is that he needs a touchdown. He needs it today. But again, I don't see the Saints being from behind. I don't see that being a thing. I see Murray getting work. I see Murray getting a lot of work. Can you play Kamara and Murray together? Yeah, you can. Absolutely. I really like Murray today. Latavius is in a great spot. I really think that you could beat up on the Chargers with the run game. That's where you attack them, the run game. I'm going to talk about the wide receivers in a second and why I'm really, really, really focusing on the run game. So I really like Latavius Murray today, guys. Really do. Like I said, you could play Kamara and Murray together. Not a problem. Really not. Love Latavius. So I really want to attack the Chargers with the running backs today. Okay, let's talk about the wide receivers now. Before I get started, Chargers pass defense right now is 18th in DVOA. So they're pretty good. I mean, like, they're not bad. They're pretty good. I'm gonna tell you why. So let's talk about the wide receivers first, and then we'll kind of go from there. So number one, Tre'Quan Smith. I think I wrote down the wrong pricing. I want to double check. I want to make sure I didn't mess this up. Tre'Quan Smith is 7,000. Okay, he's currently out snapping Emmanuel Sanders, and it actually has a better chance at a big play. The issue is, for me, is that he is $1,400 more expensive than Emmanuel Sanders. And this matchup really isn't great against Desmond King. Is it possible that Smith has a floor game? I can see that. I can see him getting targets, right? Is it possible that he busts out for one real quick? Sure. But I don't really love Tre'Quan today. I'm not against the Chargers, not against Desmond King. If he was a little bit cheaper, I would be definitely for it, right? I mean, you got to play some type of wide receiver. But if he was cheaper, I'd be for it. But he's too expensive for how I'm really looking at how this game is going to go. I don't think he can reach that value. I really don't. So MME play, if you're playing 1 to 3 lineups, play him in the lineup that you think that the Saints are going to be from behind maybe. Or if you believe that this game is going to be back and forth, that's fine. That's fine. But if I'm playing how I think this game is going to go, which I really do think that the Saints are going to be winning, I probably won't have much, to be honest. I'll probably just flip-flop with Sanders a little bit. But yeah, he's fine. He's not my best. He's not my favorite play. The next one, Emmanuel Sanders, 5,600. It's pretty fucking cheap. That's not right, is it? Emmanuel Sanders at 5,600. He is 5,600. That's really fucking cheap. He has out-targeted Smith, even though that Smith has more snaps than him. He's still out-targeting him. So at 5,600, I like that. The matchup sucks. The matchup isn't good. They're going against Casey Hayward. Again, we got another wide receiver in a tough spot. Chargers got some good corners, guys. They got some great corners. They can handle business. But again, Emmanuel Sanders at 5,600, I would prefer him over Smith for that discount. That will allow us to get, maybe in a lineup that we need Kamara or a lineup that we need Keenan Allen or something like that, right? So I would prefer Emmanuel Sanders over Tre'Quan. But again, both guys are in tough spots. Tough spot, guys. So, with the Deontay Harris news, I think I have some darts for you. Can't say they're the best plays. Marquise Callaway and Benny Fowler. Yeah, they should get a little bit of work, I would think. No Harris. Still not extremely on my radar. Of course, if you're doing multiple lineups, why not? But if you're playing 1 to 3, I wouldn't even go there. I wouldn't even go there. It's not like yesterday where if you didn't have Will Dissly, whatever the fuck his name is, you were fucked, right? That shit hella pissed me off. Like, the random fucking catch he gets is a touchdown. Fuck, man. But anyways. So that's how I kind of look at the wide receivers and running backs for the Saints. I think you go running backs. I think you go heavy. Again, you can play Murray and Kamara together. Not a problem. Wide receivers, I would prefer Sanders over Smith. Don't really like either one, but someone's going to do something. So if I had to choose, it'd be Sanders. And then Marquise Callaway and Benny Fowler just strictly just dart throws. All right? All right. Now, to explain the issues that I have with the Chargers just a little bit more. The issue I have with the Chargers wide receivers is that the Chargers tend to play 7 men in coverage, which hurts perimeter wide receivers. And guess where Sanders and Smith normally play? Perimeter, right? So another reason why I'm not super in love with the wide receivers, because I think the Chargers are going to do the same thing today, and they're going to really try to prevent from Breeze doing his thing, especially at home. So I think we could see that. But again, if you needed one, I'd go Sanders. So let's talk about tight end. Jared Cook. Jared Cook is expected to play today. Thank God. They need him. They need him today. What's interesting about Jared Cook is before his injury, he got hurt. He was leading the Saints in air yards. So Breeze likes him. I think Breeze knows his arm isn't the same anymore, right? Guy's old. So he's going to keep feeding Jared. Feed. I wouldn't be shocked if Jared gets that, like his normal 5-yard touchdown, right? I really like Jared today. I really do. So at his price at $6,200, I still think that's a little bit underpriced. I really like Jared Cook today. So lock him into some lineups, guys. Get him in your lineups. Seriously. Really like him. And then a punt. It's our guy, Taysom Hill. I never really like talking about him because I think he's just like a fish play, in my opinion. People are, Taysom Hill, gotta play him. And then he doesn't do dick, right? He doesn't do anything. But then when you don't play him and he has his big game, all the fucking fish hit, and then you're just like. So, Taysom Hill has not scored this year yet. But doesn't mean it's not coming. And then we're talking about a game where wide receivers are going to struggle. Taysom Hill should probably get some work, whatever it is. If it's a goal line carry, or he throws the ball to Kamara, or whatever the fuck he does, right? I can't tell you how much I'm going to have. I probably won't have more than a couple. But I just have a feeling today is Taysom Hill's day to score. And you need that in this lineup. At $1,600, gotta need that. So I think if you're playing 3 lineups, maybe have one. If you're playing 1 lineup and you're feeling, depending on you, you can play him in that lineup, but your lineup could shit the bed. But I like Taysom Hill too. I just think how this game is gonna go, you're gonna need some Taysom Hill in your life. So, again, going down the list of like my top priority plays for the Saints, obviously number 1, Kamara, right? Kamara is hands down. Number 2 would be Sanders. I like Sanders at his price. Traquan Smith would be my number 3. And then Jared Cook would be number 4. Now, the reason why Jared Cook is number 4 because he's coming off an injury. And he was questionable before, like, late this afternoon. So is he 100%? We don't really know. So that's always why I wouldn't just say, lock him in 100%. Don't stress about it. But got to think about those injuries. Got to think about them. So that's kind of how I'm looking at the Saints today, guys. I think if you are building your lineups in a way that the Saints are in, they're winning. You probably need Kamara. You're going to need Murray. You could probably throw in there Breeze, but I don't think his upside would be that tremendous. You could always go somewhere else with that. But I definitely think in this lineup you need Kamara and Murray. Like that's what you need in your lineups that you're building. That the Saints are going to win, and they're going to be winning the whole game. Seriously. Okay. All right. Drink some more of this water. All right. Chargers. Charger time. First of all, sadly, Austin Eckler is out. That dude got all buff and ripped and was posting on Instagram how buff he was and how great he looked. That motherfucker still got hurt. Still got hurt. Always hurt. Always. Hate it. Anyways, that hurts the Saints. Not the Saints. That hurts the Chargers. It does. It really fucking does. But anyways. Before I get to running backs, I'm going to tell you this really quick. The Saints' run D is 4th in run DVOA. They're pretty stout. They're pretty nasty. They're 6th in the league with the least amount of yards allowed per carry. Again, Saints' run D is no joke. No joke. And now they get to go against the Chargers, who now have fucking Joshua Kelly and Justin Jackson. Talk about it. Joshua Kelly. He outsnapped Justin Jackson 60% to 40%. And I don't care. He's 8,200, and you're going to need to pay for a running back who splits carries and has a really tough matchup at 8,200? I don't think he's a complete fade. He is a goal line back, right? He does get work in the goal lines. So it could easily score. Maybe score 2. But if you were thinking about locking him in just because she's the guy, don't do it. I'm going to be way under the field. Way under the field. Even if he scores a touchdown. I mean, I don't know. At 8,200, that just doesn't scream upside to me. So I will have very, very, very little of Joshua Kelly. Very little. The matchup doesn't scream it. And he's also an underdog. And I don't like playing players who are not favorites, like running back wise. He's on the road. He's an underdog. He's splitting carries. He's expensive. He has no work in the passing game. I just don't get it. Of course, if you're building a lineup and thinking, like, I'm just going to say fuck the field, I'm going to play if the Chargers are going to win it. Kelly needs to be in that lineup, right? He needs to be that guy. Could be sneaky. I don't really like him, just from my point of view. The guy I'd rather go to is Justin Jackson, who's half the price, right? And does get a lot more work in the passing game. So if you're playing like a Chargers stack, you can even go like Kamara, Murray, Herbert, Jackson, and then fill it out with someone else. That could be the lineup. That could do it. So I would rather have Justin Jackson over Kelly. That's what I'm trying to say. So running backs in this game, not my favorite. All right, now we get to the business. Wide receivers. Saints pass D's, 11th in DVOA, 13th in yards allowed. Start off at number 1, Keenan Allen, 9,400. Since Herbert became quarterback, he has 10 targets, 19 targets, and 11 targets. Wow. He spends quite a bit of time in the slot, so that means he won't have Lattimore on him at all. At all the time, right? All the time. And Lattimore does not shadow. He does not shadow. He stays on the perimeter. So I love Keenan Allen. Love Keenan Allen. I can't say it enough. Looking at that volume and knowing that Lattimore won't shadow him all game, I think you would be silly for not playing this man. I really do. Why is he not 10,000? Oh, 9,400 for a guy who's going to see an insane amount of volume in a game where the game script would absolutely be in his favor. See what I'm saying? Love Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's that guy today, guys. Don't overthink it. Love Keenan Allen. The next guy would be Mike Williams. Mike Williams, from what I've read on the Twitter and reading, some Charger analysts or whatever, they're saying he's, looking like he's going to play today. He's $5K. That's really cheap. It's really cheap. For what his ceiling is at that price, I don't hate it at all. At all. And I don't think he's going to be super high owned because people are going to see, well, he's coming back from an injury, which I do agree. I hate playing players coming back from injuries, just like I said about Jared Cook. But at that price, it's a hard fade for me. I will probably have him in my Charger stacks with Herbert, Allen, however you want to do it. But yeah, I really like him. I think he's in play. Absolutely in play. Could he get us 8 points? Yeah, probably. I mean, it's just how you're looking at this pretty much. It's either Mike Williams or you can go the guy with Jalen Gutton. And I know somebody in chat, I can't remember who was saying. Someone in chat said he's 16 points today, baby. No. Not with Mike Williams in, at least. I think Jalen Gutton could start as a wide receiver too, but I just don't see that unless they're really, unless they're limiting Mike Williams today, which I've definitely focused on, looking up that answers on Twitter. I think I would have felt a lot better if Gutton. I would have felt a lot better if Mike Williams was out than I would have locked him in no matter what. But now, at his price, with Mike Williams trending to play, I mean, he's 4,200, so it's not like he's a punt. It's not like he's like under 2K or like 2K flat or whatever. Then I would have been fine with it. I would have said, hey, doesn't matter. Play him anyways. It's going to get work. Should we play wide receiver 3? I would assume. But Mike Williams is going to play. I don't think he's a total fade, but I don't think his upside is as good as some people think. So, again, I think the no-brainer play in this situation is Keenan Allen, guys. Keenan Allen. I do. If you want to dive into the mess with Mike Williams and Gutton, go for it. Maybe you just hedge, go one Mike Williams, one lineup, and go to Gutton in the other lineup. Could work. But I think for me, I'm personally just going to focus on Allen. I have to get him in. Like, that's who I want. I want him in my lineups. So, another punt would probably be Jason Moore. He's $200. He gets some snaps. He gets some work. And he doesn't need that much, but again, pure dart throw. If you're MME only, so that's kind of how I'm looking at the wide receivers. Now, tight end, man himself, Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry is averaging shy of 7 targets per game. Getting fed like no other. Love that. We love volume and showdowns. Love it. And I really, really like this spot for him. The one place that the Saints tend to struggle is middle of the field, struggling against tight ends. So Hunter Henry should get some work. That's why I'm thinking, like, if you can figure out a way to not have to play Mike Williams, and not have to play Gutton, or to somehow get Allen or Henry in your lineups, or both, do it that way. Do it that way. I would prefer that. I love Hunter Henry today. I think he's in a great smash spot. I really do like him. I think he's going to be needed. I wouldn't be shocked if he scores today. Hunter Henry's my guy today. So, and obviously he's going to see a lot more volume too with Austin Eckler out. So the little short patches of Eckler are not going to be there anymore. So Herbert's going to have to look for someone else. And I really think that's going to be Hunter Henry. I think we're going to see that today. I think we're actually going to see a ceiling game today from Hunter Henry. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised. So I really, really like Hunter Henry. I think he's in a great spot. So overall, with the Chargers, prefer Justin Jackson over Kelly. I'm not saying fade Kelly, but I prefer Justin Jackson. Just cheaper, should get some work in the passing game. I prefer that. Wide receiver wise, Keenan Allen is literally a no fucking brainer. No brainer. Lattimore will not shadow him, will not follow him. Put Keenan Allen in the slot. We're going to see a 10-plus target game once again. So, love Keenan Allen. Mike Williams is fine. Price is way too cheap for his ceiling, but he is coming off an injury, so I'm always hesitant about that. So, I could totally see why you guys would fade Mike Williams and go with Gutton. Maybe Mike Williams just doesn't have the stride right now. Maybe he's just still trying to figure out how to get healthy, and maybe he's limited today. Maybe he doesn't play a full amount of snaps. It's always a possibility. So I wouldn't play Williams and Gutton in the same lineup, though. I think you need to make a decision on either or. So that's how I look at that. And then Hunter Henry is like my second favorite play in the Chargers behind Keenan Allen. And that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to play a lot of Hunter Henry today. Okay. Talk about my cash captains. Cash captains today. I think it's pretty simple. Kamara, obviously. Keenan Allen, Hunter Henry. You could probably play both QBs too in cash as captain. No problem. Kickers are fine too. And I even think Emmanuel Sanders would be a fine captain play. He's safe. He should get work no matter what. He's going to get work. So that would be my captain for cash. For GPP, Kamara again. I'm 100%. I 100% locked in on Kamara. So Kamara, Keenan Allen, Hunter Henry, and then I would do Latavius Murray. I think Latavius Murray in a game script lineup based around Latavius Murray, Kamara, in that order, like that, that's what I'm saying. I think he's sneaky today. I think he's a sneaky cap play for that 2-touchdown, 23 DK point game. Wouldn't be surprised. Really wouldn't. So I'm really excited for this game. I think this game's going to be fun. But most likely we're going to get to the game and it's going to be a low-scoring game and we're all going to be bitching about it on Twitter, right? Know me how these games go. But on paper, this game should be fun. I got a rookie going against the Saints in New Orleans. Herbert's good. He's a good quarterback. He's really good. So, I mean, if you firmly believe that Herbert is that good, there should be no way that the Chargers can't keep up, you would think, right? Or the Saints defense is really that stout that they're just going to struggle. He's gonna struggle. His run game won't be there. He's got a banged up wide receiver. And he has Hunter Henry. He lost his best running back. Could things change? Absolutely. But I like Herbert today too. Breeze is fine. I think Breeze is just same old Breeze. I mostly prefer cash for him because I don't think his upside is that crazy anymore. Not with Mike Thomas out. So, anyways, that's how I'm looking at today's game. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Twitter, Big07, or just hit me up in Slack. Love to answer some questions for you guys, get you guys some money tonight. Other than that, good luck. Make some money. I'll see you guys. Hey, tomorrow. We got football tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. See you later.